Unlock the secrets to a fulfilling life with the 12 Rules for Life, the transformative guide to discovering your true purpose and achieving happiness. In this video, we'll delve into the wisdom of Jordan Peterson and explore the key principles that will change the way you approach life. Rule 1. Stand up straight with your shoulders back. Jordan Peterson emphasizes the importance of posture and body language in shaping our lives. According to Peterson, Rule 1. Stand up straight with your shoulders back, is a fundamental principle that can have a profound impact on our self-esteem, confidence, and overall well-being. Peterson argues that posture is a powerful nonverbal communication that can convey strength, confidence, and dominance. By standing up straight, we are sending a message to ourselves and others that we are capable and deserving of respect. This simple act can help us feel more confident and assertive, which can translate into improved relationships, greater success in work and life, and an overall sense of well-being. To illustrate the power of posture, Peterson uses the example of a young man who was struggling with low self-esteem and a lack of direction in life. The man was advised by Peterson to simply stand up straight and make an effort to improve his posture every day. Over time, the man noticed a significant improvement in his confidence and self-esteem, and he was able to achieve greater success in his personal and professional life. In conclusion, Peterson argues that Rule 1. Stand up straight with your shoulders back is a simple yet powerful tool for improving our lives. By focusing on our posture, we can make a positive impact on our confidence, well-being, and overall success. Actionable steps. Make a conscious effort to improve your posture throughout the day. When you feel yourself slouching, take a moment to stand up straight and remind yourself of the importance of having a strong and confident posture. Rule 2. Treat yourself like someone you are responsible for helping. Jordan Peterson emphasizes the importance of taking personal responsibility for one's own well-being and happiness. Rule 2. Treat yourself like someone you are responsible for helping, encourages individuals to adopt a caring and nurturing attitude towards themselves. This involves recognizing and addressing one's own emotional, psychological, and physical needs, rather than neglecting or criticizing oneself. One example from the book is when Peterson writes about the importance of getting enough sleep, eating well, and exercising regularly, as these are all basic necessities that are essential to one's overall health and well-being. By treating oneself with care and compassion, individuals can cultivate a more positive and resilient mindset, which can lead to greater happiness and fulfillment in life. Another example from the book is when Peterson stresses the importance of self-reflection and introspection. By regularly taking the time to reflect on one's own thoughts and feelings, individuals can gain a deeper understanding of their own motivations and desires, and make positive changes in their lives. This process of self-exploration can also help individuals identify areas of their lives that need improvement and make meaningful progress towards their goals and aspirations. Actionable steps. Take time each day to practice self-care and do things that make you happy. Treat yourself with kindness and compassion and avoid criticizing yourself or putting yourself down. Rule 3. Make friends with people who want the best for you. Jordan Peterson emphasizes the importance of surrounding yourself with positive and supportive individuals. In Rule 3, he stresses the importance of making friends with people who want the best for you, rather than those who bring negativity or hold you back. Peterson uses the example of toxic relationships and how they can bring us down and negatively impact our lives. He argues that in order to live a fulfilling and happy life, it is crucial to cultivate meaningful relationships with people who support and encourage us. This can help us grow as individuals and lead us towards success. Additionally, Peterson also highlights the importance of reciprocating this positive energy. By being a good friend to others and supporting them in their goals, we create a network of positive relationships that benefits everyone involved. Overall, Rule 3 is about recognizing the impact of our relationships on our lives and actively seeking out positive connections that will lift us up and help us grow. Actionable steps. Evaluate your current relationships and consider whether they are supportive and positive. Seek out new friendships with people who are genuinely interested in your well-being and will encourage you to be your best self. Rule 4. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. The fourth rule emphasizes the importance of personal progress and self-improvement. The author encourages readers to focus on their own journey and progress, rather than comparing themselves to others. Comparing oneself to others can lead to feelings of inadequacy, disappointment, and a lack of motivation. Instead, Peterson suggests looking back at one's own personal growth and development over time. This helps one to focus on what they have accomplished and what they still want to achieve, rather than dwelling on what they lack in comparison to others. For example, Peterson shares a personal story in the book about his own struggles with self-doubt and the temptation to compare himself to others. He reflects on his own journey as a psychologist and how, in the early stages of his career, he would compare himself to his colleagues and feel discouraged when he didn't measure up. However, he eventually realized that he was only seeing a snapshot of their success and that his own progress was just as important. By focusing on his own journey, he was able to make steady progress and achieve greater success in his field. In this way, the fourth rule encourages readers to cultivate a sense of gratitude for their own progress, rather than feeling envious or discouraged about others. By focusing on their own growth and development, individuals can be motivated to work towards their goals and live a more fulfilling life. Actionable steps. Practice gratitude and focus on the progress and growth you have made in your own life. Avoid comparing yourself to others and instead, celebrate your own unique journey and achievements. Rule 5. Do not let your children do anything that makes you dislike them. In Rule 5 of 12 Rules for Life, Jordan Peterson emphasizes the importance of setting boundaries for children and helping them develop into responsible and respectful individuals. He argues that letting children do whatever they want without consequences will not lead to their success or happiness in the long run. Peterson writes that parents should not allow their children to engage in behavior that makes them dislike them, such as lying, cheating, or being disrespectful. Instead, parents should teach their children the importance of integrity, honesty, and respect. Peterson uses the example of a child who consistently lies to his parents and others. He explains that letting this behavior continue without consequences will not only hurt the child's relationships with others, but also his own sense of self-worth. By setting boundaries and disciplining the child when necessary, the parent is helping him to understand the importance of telling the truth and developing a strong moral compass. Additionally, Peterson argues that parents should set high expectations for their children, but also be supportive and understanding. He writes that parents should help their children to develop a sense of purpose and direction, while also allowing them to make mistakes and learn from them. By fostering a supportive and encouraging environment, parents can help their children to grow into confident and successful individuals. Overall, Rule 5 of 12 Rules for Life highlights the important role that parents play in shaping the character and development of their children. By setting boundaries, fostering a positive environment, and helping children to develop strong values, parents can help their children to thrive and lead fulfilling lives. Actionable steps. Reflect on your own parenting style and consider if there are any areas where you need to set clearer boundaries and enforce discipline more consistently. Seek out resources and support if needed to help you become the best parent you can be. Rule 6. Set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. In Rule 6, Jordan Peterson highlights the importance of being responsible and taking control of one's own life before criticizing or attempting to change the world around us. This rule is based on the idea that we can't effectively improve the world until we have first improved ourselves and our own circumstances. One example from the book is the story of a man who wanted to change the world, but Peterson asks him what he has done to make his own life better. The man admits that he hasn't done anything to improve his own life and is just looking for ways to change the world without taking personal responsibility. Peterson argues that this approach is misguided, as we can only effectively make change in the world if we have first taken control of our own lives. Another example is the story of a woman who complains about the state of the world, but when Peterson asks her about her own life, she admits that she is unhappy and unfulfilled. Peterson argues that until this woman takes control of her own life and makes the necessary changes, she will not be able to effectively make change in the world. The importance of taking control of one's own life is a central theme in Peterson's philosophy, and he emphasizes that we must first set our own houses in order before we can make positive changes in the world. By focusing on improving ourselves and our own circumstances, we can become better equipped to make a positive impact in the world. Actionable steps. Take time to reflect on your own life and identify areas where you need to focus on personal growth. Work on becoming the best version of yourself and focus on making positive changes in your own life before trying to change the world. Rule 7. Pursue what is meaningful, not what is expedient. This rule emphasizes the importance of pursuing what is meaningful rather than what is expedient. According to Peterson, meaningful pursuits are those that align with our deepest values and desires, and give us a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Expedient pursuits, on the other hand, are those that provide temporary pleasure or relief but do not lead to a sense of lasting satisfaction. One example from the book that highlights this rule is the story of a man who was initially drawn to a high-paying job in finance, but eventually realized that it was not meaningful to him. Despite the financial security and prestige that came with the job, He felt unfulfilled and unhappy, and eventually quit to pursue a career in writing, which he found to be more meaningful. Peterson argues that when we pursue what is meaningful, we are able to tap into our full potential and achieve greater success in the long run. He writes, "The meaningful life is not the one that requires the most sacrifices, but the one in which you are best able to utilize your strengths and gifts." To follow this rule, Peterson recommends taking time to reflect on what is truly important to you, and what you want to accomplish in life. He also suggests seeking out opportunities and experiences that align with your values and goals, and being mindful of the choices you make in regards to your career, relationships, and overall life path. Rule 8. Tell the truth, or, at least, don't lie. Jordan Peterson explains the importance of telling the truth, or at least not lying, as a fundamental principle in living a meaningful and fulfilling life. He argues that honesty is not just a moral obligation but also a practical necessity, as lying erodes trust and undermines social and personal relationships. He also mentions that lying is often motivated by a desire to avoid responsibility or to gain some advantage, but it only leads to further problems in the long run. For example, Peterson cites the story of the emperor's new clothes, in which the emperor was hoodwinked by two weavers into thinking that he was wearing magnificent garments, when in reality he was naked. Peterson uses this story to illustrate how dishonesty, even when it appears to be harmless or expedient, can lead to disastrous consequences. In another example, Peterson discusses the concept of the mask of dishonesty, in which people present a false self to the world in order to protect themselves from vulnerability or criticism. He argues that this kind of dishonesty ultimately leads to a disconnection from one's true self, causing feelings of emptiness and meaninglessness. Peterson encourages readers to cultivate the habit of telling the truth and to be honest with themselves and others, not just because it is the right thing to do, but also because it is essential for personal growth and a sense of purpose. He emphasizes that honesty is a crucial component of trust, which is the foundation of all healthy relationships, and that it is also a key factor in making important decisions and pursuing meaningful goals. Rule 9. Assume that the person you are listening to might know something you don't. Dr. Jordan Peterson emphasizes the importance of being open-minded and humble in our interactions with others. Rule 9. Assume that the person you are listening to might know something you don't, highlights this message. This rule encourages individuals to be receptive to new ideas and perspectives and to approach conversations with a sense of curiosity rather than preconceived notions. For example, in the book, Peterson shares a story about a professor who refused to listen to his students because he believed that he knew everything. However, as a result of this closed-minded attitude, the professor missed out on learning from his students, who brought a fresh and different perspective to the classroom. Another example in the book is about a man who came to Dr. Peterson for advice on how to better understand his wife. Dr. Peterson advised the man to assume that his wife knew things that he did not, and to approach their conversations with an open mind and a willingness to listen. The man took this advice to heart, and as a result, was able to strengthen his relationship with his wife and learn more about her thoughts and feelings. The importance of Rule 9 is clear. By assuming that others might know something that we don't, we can learn and grow as individuals, and improve our relationships with others. This rule reminds us to be humble and open-minded in our interactions, and to approach conversations with a sense of curiosity and a willingness to learn. Rule 10. Be precise in your speech. This rule emphasizes the need of precision in speech. According to Peterson, the words we use carry immense power, and our words shape our thoughts and actions. Therefore, it's crucial to be mindful and intentional in our speech. One example from the book is when Peterson stresses the importance of avoiding vague, ambiguous language and instead using specific, concrete language. For example, instead of saying, "I'm feeling down," a more precise statement would be, "I feel overwhelmed and sad due to this specific event that happened." Being precise in your speech helps to clarify your thoughts and communicate more effectively with others. Another example in the book is when Peterson discusses the power of storytelling and how it can be used to communicate complex ideas. Peterson argues that well-crafted stories, filled with vivid imagery and precise language, can help people understand abstract concepts and connect with others in a meaningful way. By paying attention to the words we use and speaking precisely, we can improve our communication skills and strengthen our relationships with others. Through precision in speech, we can more effectively convey our thoughts and ideas to others, making it easier for us to achieve our goals and build meaningful connections with others. Rule 11. Do not bother children when they are skateboarding. Jordan Peterson discusses the importance of allowing children the space and freedom to engage in activities that bring them joy and fulfillment, such as skateboarding. By not bothering them while they engage in these activities, you are giving them the opportunity to develop important life skills, such as coordination, balance, and problem solving, in a safe and supportive environment. For example, Peterson shares the story of a young man who, after being constantly criticized and micromanaged by his parents, became so self-conscious and fearful of making mistakes that he was unable to enjoy skateboarding. However, after being allowed to skateboard without interference, he was able to regain his confidence, hone his skills, and rediscover his love for the sport. Peterson argues that, in the same way, it is important to allow children to explore their interests and passions without imposing unrealistic expectations or burdensome restrictions. By doing so, you are fostering a sense of independence, creativity, and self-discovery in them, which will serve them well throughout their lives. Rule 12. Pet a cat when you encounter one on the street. Jordan Peterson suggests that petting a cat when you encounter one on the street can have a positive impact on your life. This simple act of kindness towards animals can bring a moment of joy and peace into your day, and can also help to reduce stress and anxiety. By stopping to pet a cat, you are taking a moment to connect with the present moment and to engage with the world around you in a positive way. This can have a profound effect on your mental and emotional well-being, and can help you to cultivate a more positive and grateful outlook on life. Peterson uses the example of the ancient Egyptians, who believed that cats were sacred creatures, to illustrate the positive impact that pets can have on our lives. He notes that the simple act of petting a cat can bring us into a state of mindfulness, where we are more fully present in the moment and better able to appreciate the beauty and simplicity of life. By engaging in this simple act of kindness and compassion, we can improve our own lives and the lives of those around us. The 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson offer practical and insightful advice on how to live a fulfilling life. From standing up straight to petting a cat, these rules encourage us to focus on personal responsibility, honesty, and meaningful pursuits. By incorporating these principles into our daily lives, we can improve our relationships, our self-esteem, and our overall happiness. Remember, the journey towards a better life starts with small steps. So start today and see the positive changes that come with following these 12 rules. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video has provided you with a better understanding of the principles outlined in the 12 Rules for Life. Subscribe and stay tuned for more videos.